Today, Tuesday, the House approved several sums for works in Regions 1 and 2. These include sums for maintenance of buildings. In Region 1, $12 million has been set aside for the maintenance of the regional administration buildings, guest house, and Amerindian hostel at Mabaruma. $7 million has been allocated to maintain bridges.
Those bridges would be a number of locations, namely St. Dominic's Primary in Aruka, Blackwater Primary in Barima, Lower Port Kaituma, St. Cyprian's Primary in Barima, Unity Square Primary also in Barima, Sacred Heart Primary, Aruka, Kachikamo Primary in Waini, St. Mary's Primary in Aruka, and St. Anselm's Primary in Barima.
Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan. Some $18 million has been allocated for the rehabilitation of health facilities in Region 1, while millions has been budgeted for the purchase of drugs.
Will the region be allowed to conduct this procurement, or will this still be done through a central Ministry of Health? And secondly, is the allocation provided here adequate for the region, or are we expecting some more input from the central ministry?
The regional administration will have a greater say in prioritizing what drugs and medication are needed on a priority basis in region specific. With regards to the need or necessity for any further allocations, I have to say that as we speak, there is no guarantee as to if this amount will indeed be sufficient, or if there will be need to further allocations later in the year.
PPP Member of Parliament Colin Crowell and Minister Bulkan. The minister explained too the drugs would be sourced under the Ministry of Public Health. Today, the opposition objected to what it said were limitations on their questions of the estimates.
Mr. Chairman, with due respect, I've noticed that the opposition is being restricted to at least 3 questions. At least 3 questions, Mr. Chairman, on each of these issues. I do not think, and I submit that this is not in the interest of the country.
We have to do what we're supposed to do in this House. We're supposed to ask these questions, sir.
PPP Member of Parliament Clement Rohi and PPP Chief Whip Gil Teixeira. Rohi maintained that as part of good governance, the opposition should be allowed to ask as many questions.
Well, nonsense. Nonsense.
Mr. Speaker, on a point of order. Standing Order 48.
Sheltering incompetency, that's what you're doing.
Speaker Barton Scotland responded that he was being very lenient.
I think the Speaker has been extremely lenient. I think he has been. And I think the fact it is impossible to accommodate every question that every member would wish to ask. One member stood up and asked 8 questions. I made 8 dots here each time he got up. Now multiply that by 10 and see what you get, and then determine how quickly we will finish it or what we have to do. So let us be reasonable. Let us not get carried away because we may not have our question correct.
The Speaker told the House that it is impossible to accommodate every question and added that he would use his judgment in giving the floor. For Prime News, Nazima Ragabir.